Hello, peeps. This is the Hillbilly Halfwit here. I noticed this one this morning, and I just had to share it to see how stupid people are getting over this thing, and especially Sustrans are working in this area as well, obviously. So people need to wake up because it's happening everywhere. Now, this is in Nottingham. Before I go any further, please comment, rate and subscribe and share this stuff out here, because we're starting to get people realising that we've got a small cabal of people basically trying to farm us all and take away our rights. So look at this. Please comment, rate and subscribe, like I say. Cheers. Now look at this. This was today off the BBC. How to charge an electric car with no driveway. Now, as you'll see as I go through this, the lady in question here is a teacher, and she's really appalled that she's bought an electric car and she can't charge it up outside her house. Now, being a teacher and being a person who has bought a car that they can't charge up sounds a warning sign for me of how much brains or common sense you've got to start with. But there we are. It's oh, this was basically this week. If we want to ditch our polluting vehicles and replace them with cleaner, greener electric cars, we have a problem. The huge number of homes with no off-street parking. Oh, yes, there is a problem, isn't there? Plus, to charge that one car up there, if it was a electric car, you would be using the same amount of electricity as plugging 17 freezers into your house at the same time. People don't seem to get this. They're charging 7p at your house at the moment, but it won't carry on like that forever. Because when they take all these cars off the road, they'll still want all this road tax, because that's what keeps the country running. That's the daft thing about it all. People need to realise, I know you lot do, but the normal bods do not realise that the tax take off cars is what keeps everything going. So as soon as they remove the diesel cars, they'll put the tax up on the other cars to get the money again. And you imagine being a poor person in a house, having to go to work, and your electricity bill of charging a car. It'll be monstrous. And if you don't pay it, you can't go to work. And if you've got one of these new meters, you'll just switch it off outside your house. So let's have a look. City streets full of terraced houses present a particular challenge. Research by the RIC Foundation suggests in Nottingham, as many as 40% of households have no access to private car parking space. Yes, as do most cities. In the search for solutions, council are often to dig covered channels across pavements so drivers can charge outside their home. Others are installing fast chargers on the street. Now, this is the bit. The government has now approved payments of 185 million to local authorities. That is 2/3 of the amount it costs for agriculture in Wales. 300 million is what it costs for agriculture in Wales. Now, listen to this. The government has now approved payments of 185 million to local authorities, part of a 381 million local electric vehicle fund to improve infrastructure to charge electric and hybrid vehicles. So 381 million is more than the total of what the agricultural budget is in Wales to help these knobs plug in their car that they bought without being able to charge. And if you look by a foot, all they're doing is cutting a trench into the side of the pavement with a still saw, so they can put their charging cable out. So how does a guy or lady work if she lives in an upstairs flat? Do they dangle it out the window and put it in that same thing, do they? Alison Chilton loves her curbside charge point. People need to realise this Sustrans thing is all over the UK. One best beneficiary is teacher Alison Chilton. The no common sense one. When she leased her first electric car 5 years ago, charging it at a public charge point was inconvenient and pricey. She found the cheapest public network near her cost 59p per kilowatt hour. By contrast, off-peak electricity at home is 7.5 per kilowatt. See, that's what I mean. When they remove the cars, the diesel and petrol cars, that will be 59 at home as well. We all know that. Except these people don't realise it. Unless they do, I don't know. But you'll probably find out she's aligned to some charity or something. It seems a bit unjust that because I haven't got a driveway, you've got to pay 4 or 5 times more, she says. Well, if she bought a little small car, little petrol car, it would only probably cost her £10 to go to work all week. But instead, it's costing $385 million for the rest of us. But now Nottingham County Council has provided a free solution in the form of a shallow covered channel running from curb to curb to her own charge point mounted next to her front door. The cable lies flat under the pavement, removing any trip hazards, but it'll be lying in water if it's in a channel. It's been a life changer for me, Alison says. It means I can stop my car outside my house at any point. It doesn't matter if there's no charge left in it. You can do that if you have to go somewhere else to charge it. Well, if she had a small little car, she would have been able to do that always. And she's made her life harder. They're developed by Turbocharge. The channels usually cost around £1,000 to install. So it's £1,000 to use a still saw to cut a channel into a pavement. But they are free as a part of a pilot, so it's free for this lady. So far, the council has equipped 10 households and they encourage more drivers to apply. Other councils are trying to reduce the number... Here we go. Other councils are trying to reduce the number of cars competing for parking spaces along narrow streets. In the Darley area of Derby, the City Council has joined up with hire company Enterprise to offer local drivers free first membership of an electric car share club. They also get a voucher to cover mileage on their first trip. There's evidence to suggest that a car share club in particular situation can take 20 cars off the road, says Derby City Councillor Kamal Swan. On a terrace street where parking spaces are at a premium, that could make a big difference. The Labour Cabinet member for Climate, Transport and Sustainability says the car share club also offers sceptical drivers a chance to try an electric car before they commit to buy. They're after all your freedoms of being able to have a car. You need to get it into your head. They want to remove your cars and all our cars. They want to move your personal ability to have your own vehicle. The council is using funding from the Department of Transport to install electric chargers on street corners. It means charging points closer to where people live and work. Residents say traffic is a particular problem in Darley area, particularly at school pick-up time. Parking is a nightmare around here, one man said. It's a bit inconvenient at the moment, with all these parking spaces now being taken up by electric cars. Ultimately, we should start using bicycles and public transport more. There are other options we don't have to rely on. So remember what I said to you yesterday about sustenance. This is all in it. The people advising this will be one of these sustenance people. It's the country is going to hell in a handcart, and I know people watching this mostly know about this, but if you haven't, go and look at my sustenance video, because you'll see we got a small amount of people wanting to take away your personal rights because they think we're all thick and we shouldn't be allowed to go where we want. They only want you to be able to have 3 flights per year on a plane. But if you're one of them or other people, you can have as many as you want if you've got enough money. So there we are. This is just a quick one today. Please comment, rate and subscribe. All the best, guys.